So here we go. Palm Beach Currumbin, the kick-off. We'll play 30-minute halves, extra time if required. Palm Beach Currumbin running right to left. It'll be Ipswich to receive the 2023 Alan Langer Trophy Grand Final, and we have liftoff. Here we go, folks. Don't go anywhere for the next 60 minutes. Ipswich State High School, David Liotta. And they really have announced themselves as a heavyweight in the schoolboy landscape. Of course, traditionally, your Palm Beach Currumbins, your Wavels, your Keeper Parks. But Ipswich are here. They're well and truly here and going for back-to-back titles this afternoon.
You're spot on, Drew. To their credit, they only started their rugby league academy and all the key training with sports and conditioning around about 10 years ago. So to get to the top as they have, they were undefeated last year, went through and won the whole thing. And that's a pretty good kick, but well covered there by Palm Beach Currumbin. So we got the two best sides in southeast Queensland. The honour here is whoever wins this will go on to play St Pat's of Mackay, who won this afternoon in the playoff between the Dolphin Cup winners Central Queensland and the North Queensland Aaron Payne winners. So they beat Emmaus. So there'll be a great game on next week as well. They're away, Palm Beach.
Sam Stevenson.
He's one of their best too, Stevenson.
Connell, and here's Balin Donald. Oh, another strong tackle. That's two strong tackles in this set by Ipswich. Lang involved in both of them. Now they come to the right outer side. Harrison, Palm Beach Currumbin, Jack Finnegan. Couple of metres out. And the referee blows his whistle. Referee for this one, Fletcher Shearman. And there's the first penalty of the game, going to Palm Beach Currumbin.
Well, hot start by Palm Beach Currumbin. They're rewarded for it. Will they take 2 points because it's early? The kids normally like to keep the foot to the floor, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They've looked pretty impressive early in the piece.
You like this move?
Well, I think it's the right one early, and the kids just like to keep it going. If you're playing NRL, it might be different. Wayne Bennett would have called it different, but these kids think they can score on every occasion.
Taking the tap. Palm Beach Currumbin, the hooker. That was Will Saunders. So up there now is Palm Beach Currumbin. Only a couple of metres away. You can see how close out of the line. Will Saunders. And now a little kick in behind there from Harrison. Work to do for Ipswich at the back. They've done well. Anton Nayep it was, one of 5 returning players in this Ipswich side from last year's triumphant team.
Well done.
Keziah Sewer.
Very well done there by Nayep to cover that little grubber kick through. The halves of Palm Beach Currumbin, and we've seen in the quarterfinals and semis, are a very good pairing, McConnell and Harrison. A little kick there by Harrison, well covered by a just-in-time sweep play by Nayep. Makes a big difference. You can work it away from your own territory. Here he goes again. Doing the hard yards as well. Nayep.
They're doing well, Nayep. They're kick inside the 40, but straight down the throat there. The Palm Beach Currumbin winger. And that is Credence Donovan. Right on halfway. Number 1. So winning the territory battle early here. The school from the Gold Coast. Here's Sam Stevenson. Already a line break for Sam Stevenson in this grand final. And now Isaac Harrison. Jack Lang doing plenty of defence. Another returning Ipswich player. We mentioned 5 of those. So Palm Beach Currumbin will play the ball there from Finnegan as they work the outer side. Here's the halfback Harrison just threading the needle, picking up the metres on offer. Fullback at first receiver calling for a Jake Lateo. Comes out here to McConnell, who puts it on the boot. A little bit too much on it perhaps. And Anton Nayep, he was cool as a cucumber and wins a penalty for his team tackled in the air.
Yeah, they lost the clock there, Palm Beach Currumbin. A little bit of indecision. Ultimately got it back to McConnell, who stepped back on the inside, put the kick up, and of course by then a lot of the support players anticipating a kick earlier in the play were offside. This is a terrific chance now for Ipswich to take a little bit of heat off and get it away from their own line.
Ipswich State High School. They really have developed one of the leading rugby league programs in Australia, showing with their results on the field. Of course, Palm Beach Currumbin, David, looking for the double, looking for the Walters Langer double.
Yeah, we did the Walters Cup game earlier today. Well done there by Palm Beach Currumbin. They beat Wavell, and there's bragging rights within the school. The young kids will be, so the Walters Cup is years 9 and 10. These are 11, 12 years, and therefore they'll want to emulate what the young boys have done earlier in the day.
Great kick it was. Didn't get the 40-20, but a wonderful kick and a great chase from Peckham Harris. The tackle on Lateo, 5 out.
One of the great things about schoolboy footy, when you get to the finals, they always bring a great entourage, the schools. And there's raucous cheering coming here from the crowd here at Totally Workwear Stadium, the old Langlands Park, Brisbane Tigers home ground, and it's a good one.
David is bouncing out of tackles, Jalen Tawa. Have a look at him on halfway. Kick from Harrison, that's Zane Harrison. And Dominic Sandow there to retrieve with time and space. Sandow. Still going, Dominic Sandow.
Big stride on him, and he used that well to break initially that final tackle.
Isaiah Sewer. Shire halfway, Nayat running onto it with the pass go forward, allowed to go, quick play the ball. Palm Beach Currumbin's hit the deck. Nayap's taken out a couple and won a penalty. That's 2 penalties he's won for his side, Nayap. He is on fire!
Oh, very good there, three-quarter line, Ipswich. We saw him in the quarter-final a couple of weeks ago. Nonu, Sewer and Nayap are very dangerous, and that was a crashing run by Nayap. It was a flat pass at best, and players down. A couple of head knocks which could be costly in terms of who can continue in the game. They're both getting attention from the trainers. But before that it was Sewer, then Nayap coming down the middle. That back three-quarter line is very, very strong. A couple of those, well, Nayap, he played in the undefeated side last year, the Ipswich side, as did 4 other players. Peckham Harris, as I said earlier, played fullback. He's wearing the number 9. So just shows you, Drury, these days the versatility of players and how beneficial it is with 17-man squads and interchanges and the need to replace players from time to time. Versatility is the future. You've got to be able to play multiple positions, and not bad if you play fullback and dummy half. And Peckham Harris showing his wares.
Because you were a front row, did you ever try any other position?
Mate, I did try and get it on the wing a few times, only to have a spell. A little bit of front row, second row. I did a lot of first receiver, really, in terms of my game. Had a bit of a passing game, somewhat similar to what a lot of the middle forwards do these days. First receiver and get the halves playing either side. Spreads the attack.
Great to have David White with us, former Australian international, played in the front row and still regarded as the game's most intelligent prop forward. So Ipswich now.
By who?
That's a good question. Only 10 away, looking to strike first here, looking to defend their title out to Dominic Sandow. Early ball to Nonu, they ran out of space. Knock on might be the call here, but Palm Beach Currumbin using the sideline to their advantage defensively.
And great defence it was by Palm Beach Currumbin. It was a good set of play that Ipswich put up. They initially started in their own in goal, brought the ball out strongly, and then got the penalty, and then moved it out on that right-hand side. They looked like they could get across, but some great cover defence by Palm Beach Currumbin has saved the day. It shows you the desperation of a final, the Langer Trophy for the best. This will decide the best state school, best high school in South Queensland, and both of these have got a lot to play for.
Of course, these kids in either year 11 or 12 that are playing the Alan Langer Trophy. There's a good one from the number 10 on the field, Jed Jackson. And now scheming here is Saunders.
He's been signed with the Sharks. Quite a few with the Titans from the Palm Beach Currumbin side, as you'd expect.
Palm Beach Currumbin, Brady Turner. So 25 out on the last as it comes back to Zane Harrison here. Nayep again underneath. He's been flawless, Nayep, and there's trouble here if he gets away, and he does. Anton Nayep, he's got the fullback to beat, and he took a stumble. David Wright, oh boy, he was looking likely to take it to the house, then a little stumble.
Yeah, a little stumble, but if you looked on the left-hand side, I think it was Sandow, the lanky fullback, flashing down in support. Nayep still came back on the inside. Error by Ipswich. Well, they look devastating. And the referee not happy with the disposal of the football in that regard after the penalty. But I'd have one little tip, I think, Drury, for Palm Beach Currumbin. I wouldn't be kicking to Nayep any longer. I think I'd try the other side. Young Kirk's a good player too, the right winger for Ipswich. But Nayep has eaten those catches for breakfast, and then he's gone on and had the whole buffet. He is dynamite on that left-hand wing, and I'd be playing right away from him.
Well, Jack Lang just conceding the penalty for throwing the ball away. He's been one of Ipswich's best, particularly some bruising defence. And Anton Nayep then, gee whiz, I thought Ipswich were going to score then. That stumble just helping Palm Beach Currumbin's cause, and here they are now on the attack. Balin Donald. Can't miss him. He's a redhead, he's a ranger. Left edge, back rower for the Gold Coast School. Of course, Ipswich's captain, Josiah Pahulu, currently Titans contracted and running around, and it's proving to be a great nursery, Ipswich, at the moment, just like the likes of Keebra, Palm Beach, Currumbin, Wavell, and others. Marsden, you can throw them in the mix. Here they go, Palm Beach Currumbin, just slipping there was McConnell. Wrapped up there by LJ Nonu. So inside the 10 here, Palm Beach Currumbin. Opportunity beckons Zane Harrison crossfield kick, and again they go to Nayep's side, and again it's the same result, David Wright.
Yeah, caught on the full too, and he'll get another chance here to quick tap and go.
That was a tough take again by Nayep.
Not a good kick though by Harrison, I think it was. You don't put it up and let them catch it in the own in-goal area. They had paid the price for counter-attacks from kicks downfield, and even though they're doing some good creative work to get down that area of the park, they're just letting Ipswich out of there quite easily. They just aren't keeping the screws tightened.
People are just losing their footing. Ipswich State High School. This is Oliver Ialualo, their skipper and captain.
And school captain as well, so quite an achievement.
Kane Self ended up with it on that play. And then on that occasion, that was David Liotta, 30 out. Here they go, Ipswich. Shea Fa'auga. And still alive, and Sua. 12 away, Ipswich. Their best opportunity of the game thus far. Out to Isaiah Murphy, the number 7. Little kick in behind. Might have a bit too much on this, and it does.
Yeah, it releases a lot of pressure to allow Palm Beach Currumbin to come back to the 20 for a 7 tackle set. It's the last thing you want from that little rubber kick through. You're better off leaving it short of the try line than putting it deep into the in-goal area, unless you've got chasers really putting the heat on. And Palm Beach Currumbin easily out of their own territory. They're going to show us how it's done too.
Jake Lateo. Hard run here. That's Jack Finnegan.
Not afraid to go straight up the middle of Ipswich ruck either. The onside.
6 more here. Peckham Harris got a hand to it. It is 6 more. Finnegan, 26 metres out. Isaac Harrison.
I think he's a twin brother of Zane Harrison, the number 7. And there you get a middle forward and a halfback as twin brothers. We won't go there.
Ethan Schultz on the field, jumper number 17. Only 13 metres away. Here is the other Harrison, and Zane taken high according to the referee.
Last time they got a penalty well within kicking range, they decided to go for the max. And I think having committed to that, and they've still got a good 15 minutes up to half time, you'd probably go again. It is a final, and every point counts. The boys are going to back themselves.
And that they do. So Ethan Schultz with the quick tap. Saunders, short side play. And that was McConnell. And now the other Harris, and Isaac Harris. 5 away. Saunders looking to his left. Now he looks to his right. Which way will he go? Goes centre of the park to his half-back. A little juggle there by, it was Jed Jackson. And will play the original knock-on. It'll be Ipswich ball.
Yeah, half-back Harrison went to the line. Just tried to pop the pass. It was probably just a bit too hard, actually. You really just got to trade. It's like 7 to trade drinks. Just lay it off there for that fast-running direct play. And Jackson, the ball bounced clear. The thing is, if you are in receipt of a pass, like, catch it in your fingers. Get your palms out of it. If you get it, catch it in your fingers, you're a chance to absorb the over-vigorous pass. So both sides have had opportunities. They've got close to the try line, but they've been unable to get points on the board. Very physical player is Nyapp, and here they go again, straight middle. That's going to be a high tackle. Desperation attempt there by Latio. The big lanky fullback caught in the middle of the ruck and slightly wrong-footed. Lurched to the side. Caught the player high. And now this will be a chance for Ipswich to get it down the other end of the park.
Yeah, no malice in that whatsoever. Penalty the call. So still 0-0 the score here. Of course, Ipswich State High School broke through last year, looking for back-to-back Allan Langer Trophy titles. It is a grand final rematch between these two schools.
He's gone on report. The referee was listening to the touch judge. They've got microphones and earpieces, so he got a report from the touch judge to assist him in his ruling, and that's fine. And the penalty to Ipswich, even though the skipper Ailualu was also just called over just to be informed of the nature of the penalty.
So they'll kick for touch. This is Isaiah Murphy, halfback. Newly redeveloped, totally workwear stadium, the venue on Schoolboys Grand Final Day for Southeast Queensland. Glorious conditions. And still either side looking to break the deadlock. This is Shea Fa'aonga. Now Ticker now, haven't seen a lot of him thus far. Feeds it to Leota. Caleb Johnson putting his hand up for a run. It goes the way of Murphy, and now on the inside to Kane Self. Peckham Harris, a hooker this year. On to the skipper, Ailualu. Also a school captain, 9 out. Peckham Harris goes himself, driving run. Only inches away, last tackle. There's the skipper at dummy half. Distributes to the halfback. This is the last play. They've got some numbers out here. The overlap's on. Sandow, Nyapp, he'll be hard to stop. They will not stop him. Anton Nyapp, he is putting his team on his shoulders this afternoon. He's been just about the best on the park, and he comes up with Ipswich's first in the grand final.
What an explosive effort there by Nyapp. He'd been using his explosive style to burst his way out of the backfield. That's the first chance he's had to show it close to the try line. There was no way they were going to stop him. He's a Queensland schoolboy. He's also in the Queensland 18's emerging origin squad, and he's been signed by Manly. You can see why. He was a member, as we said, of the side from last year, so he got a feel for what was required in that dominant year, Drury, when they went through undefeated, won everything, went to right through to the national final and won it. But Nyapp just blasting his way through. It was a pretty good build-up by the Ipswich side. They went close. The little halfback Peckham Harris went close. Also Ialualu a bit earlier than that, and then they moved it out through that back line. They were creating a bit of space, but it wasn't exactly a clear run to the line, and we've come to realise Nyack doesn't need a lot of space. He makes his own space and gets across in the corner for a very powerful try.
Here's a conversion attempt from the sideline. Oh, breathtaking. Extra 2 points. 6 points to nil. Ipswich, they strike first in the grand final. Wonderful conversion. The try to Anton Nayep. And 10 to go in the first half. Ipswich lead.
Good effort there by Ipswich. They haven't spent a lot of time inside that 20-metre zone, and they've just showed how lethal they are. They're, I said earlier, their three-quarter line, Nonu, Sewer and Nayep in particular, the 3, 4 and 5, are very powerful. And if they get the ball out wide, it's not as if they're going to try and fancy foot you. They're going to take you on eyeball to eyeball.
There's Caleb Johnson. Now the skipper, Ialualu. Oliver Ialualu, only 38 out front in his own line as they embark up to halfway. Ipswich State High School again. Caleb Johnson. Maybe the dummy half there, Sam Martin. And a real momentum shift here in favour of the defending champions.
Yeah, it's a massive penalty, that, not standing square at marker, which, as I've said on a number of occasions, not many markers are ever on side as far as I can see it, but this will give a great launch pad here for Ipswich. They're going to be hard to hold again. They are powerful on the edges on both sides. Let's see what they can do.
Jay Nonny wanted to go himself initially there. Oliver Ialualu. As we mentioned, they've got the fresh legs in Sam Martin at hooker at the moment, Ipswich. Starting hooker was Peckham Harris. So Martin, centre of the park, Murphy, and out to Sandow via ticker now. Sandow asking questions, quick play the ball, and away now to Sewer from Fa'alonga. Fa'alonga there in the peroxide here, you can't miss him. Comes back out to Sam Martin, and now the front row in Liotta. Looking for an offload, not wrapped up, now wrapped up. 4 metres out, Martin. They go back towards the short side, face early out to Sewer, and Nayep was there, but they ran out of space. Still got it here, Ipswich.
Good defence, Stevenson.
And now Brandon Ticker now. Kick comes in, they're looking for the post, bouncing ball, and a bit too much breakfast on the kick.
Yeah, second time they put it over the dead ball line, so Coach Josh Bretherton will have a mention of that at half-time, I'm sure, if he doesn't even send a runner out straight away. That just takes all the pressure off. Great chance now for Palm Beach Currumbin to respond. What you don't want in big finals is to get back-to-back tries put on you. So it's very important psychologically and for the scoreboard, obviously, for Palm Beach Currumbin, and this penalty will help them inside the 10 metres. Could be a marker penalty as well. We've got a clamp down. And this now, good chance. Palm Beach Currumbin have got plenty of attack themselves. They do it differently. I like their halves, McConnell and Harrison.
And there's a break here to Finnegan. Send out the last line of defence. Nayep again with a big play. And now Sonny Karma taking off. Palm Beach Currumbin looking to level. McConnell. And there's a chance out wide with Donovan.
Let's play on.
This play on, he's hurt. Donovan and Ipswich have come up with the football. Credence Donovan still yet to get up. Eventually doing so now, but Ipswich have come away with it. Yeah,
great defence. They've shown on the edges how powerful they are in attack, but that also shows just how desperate they are on the edges as well. Well done by Ipswich. That was the best chance by Palm Beach Currumbin. Did he lose it? Yes. They'll get another chance. And there's a little bit of jumping for joy. They realise just how important these next 5 minutes are up to half time, if not the next 1 minute. And it takes about a minute to work through your set of 6. They've got a few little trick plays too, Palm Beach Currumbin. So I'm impressed with their halves in Bailey McConnell and Zane Harrison. And they not only just work left and right, They often get on the same side of the ruck as well. They set up a try in the quarter-final, which is as crisp as you could believe, the duo. Let's see what they can do from here.
Xavier Kirk with the knock-on. So the scrum, Palm Beach Currumbin, it was fed and won by them. Will Saunders, and now playing number 1, Ray Puru, who was on the field 4 metres out now. Zane Harrison takes it himself. Make that 3 metres out. Saunders.
Dear, oh dear. They lost the gameplay, the book.
Ted Jackson, the decoy, out now to Boney McConnell. And here's Balin Donald, wrapped up inside the 10. He's the son of Brad Donald, the Gillaroos coach, the women's Australian side. Good run there by Balin Donald. And now underneath the post, it's going to be a penalty to Palm Beach Currumbin. I thought they might have scored there for a moment.
Well, he obviously hasn't scored, but one player's been taken out. The guy down on his knees on the right-hand side of the upright, he was not in possession, Lateo. And there's a penalty right in front. Well, they've had 2 chances previously to take 2 points. They're not going to do it now that they're down by 6 points to 0. But can they capitalise? You don't get any better chances than this. They've been a little bit disorganised in their play. That set of 6 wasn't their best, even though they got close to scoring.
What do they say? 3rd time lucky?
Let's see if it is.
Change of direction. Connell. And again, this time Sam Stevenson has had some big moments. Another penalty against Ipswich State High School.
Holding down, the referee might lose his patience. Let's see if they can build from here. I'm not too keen on those switch plays in midfield. They don't often bring about opportunity.
And Will Saunders, again, they take the tap. Ray Puru, a little indecisive,
yep.
But then dishes off to Lateo. All is well that ends well. Now early ball to Zane Harrison. And Sam Stevenson, he's good enough to find it, but Ipswich, oh gee, that was great defence. Because Sam Stevenson, he was hard to stop that close to the line. They took him over the sideline, Ipswich State High School.
Yeah, good work there by Nonu to get him across the try. As you say, Drury, Stevenson himself's quite a big lad. The 2 halves did link together then, Harrison and McConnell, to finally put Stevenson away. But he went high into that corner, and Nonu made sure he wasn't going to get anywhere near the in goal. He put him into touch. And, well, there's another chance gone begging.
Kaseya Sua. So Ipswich maintain their 6-0 lead. Just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half of the 2023 Alan Langer Trophy Grand Final. Anton Nayep not at his feet trying to play it. Oh boy. Now up the middle, direct this time to Hussein Kuyasau. Kick will come inside the 40. It's a good one, but just as good a take. The back by Palm Beach Currumbin. And looks like that might be Ray Puru there at the back.
A big rap on him too, Puru. I think he's been signed by the Titans, so he's got a lot of ability. Only young.
Credence Donovan appears to be okay. And he runs around Nayap and he's away. Steps inside Sewer. Credence Donovan. What a play.
He's lightning.
Lightning quick. No doubt about it. And again, drifting across field from one winger to another. This is Sonny Karma. A little bit of a roll on here, Palm Beach Currumbin. McConnell on to Balin Donald. And Donald's only 23 metres out from the Ipswich try line. Goes via Saunders at first receiver this time to Schultz. 5th and last, 15 away. Great attacking positioning, Palm Beach Currumbin. They come out to Harrison. They've got the overlap. They don't get past Anton Nayep. They look to draw and pass him. But Anton Nayep anticipated well. He was outnumbered, but he still got the job done.
Yeah, very well read by Nayep. He had the confidence of his inside men, and he was prepared to lead the man with the ball, having confidence that his co-cover defenders had the ball covered, and then just went on the outside. And he got to Karma, who initially would have thought, I'm in a gap here. But what a game the left winger for Ipswich has had. Nayep, both attack and defence.
Now here's Dominic Sandow. It's not often you say this, but he's been just about the best player on the park, and they are playing wing, as we see a knock-on from Ipswich, and they get a final chance here, you would think, to end the first half, Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yeah, 30 seconds up to half-time. They want to hurry. They'll realise, but the referee can't call time off. He'll encourage the players to get in. Well, you've got seconds to go. Check what the defence is doing. They'll definitely have a couple of players in behind the defensive line to watch for the kick. But you've got to make sure you get it into space if you're going to kick it.
And this will be the last play. Offloads on, popped out, went forward. And that'll be half-time, so 6-0. It's a real contest out there. Ipswich looking to go back for back after winning their first ever Alan Langer Trophy last season. They're in the box seat at half-time, 6 points to nil Ipswich on the back of an Anton Nayep try. So, second half, here we go. Who will be crowned champion? Ipswich have the upper hand at this stage. 6 points to nil. Drury Forbes alongside David Wright as we see a strip on play number 1 penalised, and the penalty going the way of Palm Beach Currumbin.
Just the start they would have wanted. Palm Beach Currumbin gives them a chance to get out of their own territory. These are easy yards. Now, they have shown from time to time how dangerous they can be, but they've also been a bit indecisive in attack. I'm sure Coach Tim McCann would have addressed that. They've got to play straight and hard, and that's a good start.
Yeah, wonderful start. You can see some urgency in their game already. Plogsma, that was. Like to see more from him, no doubt. Palm Beach Currumbin. Here's Balin Donald, son of Brad Donald, the Gillaroos coach. Australian women's football team. Gee, got away with the play the ball there. Now on the inside, Jet Jackson. Will Saunders, short side play. McConnell, still going McConnell, and a late pass away. They got a touch to it through LJ Nonu, and then are they claiming the try after that?
Well, it was knocked, it is, you know, the ball is alive. It was knocked back by Ipswich. The ball stayed alive, and then flashing down that left wing is Donovan. He is a speedster.
Credence Donovan, what about the try? Doesn't give up on the play, somehow manages to plant the ball inside the dead ball line, and what a massive play for Palm Beach Currumbin, Credence Donovan.
Beautiful little work on the inside, the little break just got through the line. He was going to be dragged down at the last moment, realised it through the pass that obviously in the officials' mind, and I think they're right, it was passed backwards, but in that action it was knocked back further by Ipswich. And the ball sat tantalisingly in the in-goal area and just near the touch and goal line. And Donovan flashes through, believing and thinking, because he would have been the recipient of the pass anyway, believing the ball was still alive. And as soon as he dived on it, he jumped into the air. He was quite excited, and rightly so. And again, the ref does well to check with his touch judge, both of whom had good view of both the pass and the position of the ball in the in-goal.
Tough kick this, looking into the sun, but an important kick. What a start for Palm Beach Currumbin in this second half. Here it comes, and it's just made its way over. What a brilliant conversion. And we're all tied up in the grand final, 6 points apiece.
Well, 2 tries almost in exactly the same blade of grass in either halves. Nayep scored the first one. It was converted from that point. And then beautiful work with Donovan scoring the second, obviously for opposite sides. And we've got a locked-up ball game, 6-all.
Well, here we go, ready to go again. For opening 3 minutes, all Palm Beach Currumbin. Ipswich haven't touched the football in the second half as yet. So whatever Coach Tim McCann said at the break has worked, David Wright.
Yeah, looked pretty good. They got that first penalty, which got them out of their own territory, allows them to play a bit of attack ball. They punched hard early, and as I said early in the call, both halves are very dangerous, McConnell and Harrison. If they're allowed to just have a little bit of space to create, they'll cause any defence problems.
42 metres out here, Palm Beach Currumbin. Puru, and they'll come back for the kick via Zane Harrison. Didn't look entirely comfortable, but got the job done. Dominique Sandow underneath it. 6 out from their own line. Ipswich State High School just working it out. And this is their first touch of the second half. Played there by Xavier Kirk. And here's the man who's been the best in the game so far in Anton Nayep. Scored the opening try.
Yeah, you don't often say a winger is the best on ground, but he certainly was. Anton Nayep in that first half. He was explosive in both attack and defence.
Certainly was. Now Ipswich, and they'll kick from their own 30.
Good pressure on the kicker.
They find the grass, but the bounce not a problem. And Ray Puru is playing fullback for Palm Beach Currumbin without question. Puru at the back, almost taking it to halfway. And now they're over into Ipswich territory. The tackle made by Sam Martin and his teammate, and now Palm Beach Currumbin Sonny Karma, 35 metres out. Centre of the field, Ethan Schultz.
Glancing blow as he was going down. Referee okay with it, didn't deem it dangerous.
Harrison takes a run himself.
Both halves now taking the line on either side of the ruck.
Jack Finnegan out to Bailey McConnell, who goes high and well timed there by Palm Beach Currumbin. Still a live ball, and the big number 10 might go all the way here. Finally, Ipswich numbers, 4 of them come across, and that was Jet Jackson. And what a resurgence here from Palm Beach Currumbin. It is game on here at Totally Workwear Stadium.
Yeah, they've shown that they're dangerous in possession. They've got a little bit more direction about their play. The tackle that was there for Takanu as well, the number 6 for Ipswich. Looked like they could have been in trouble.
Just working away. Anton Nayep there taking a tough carry. Have a look at that run.
He plays on the wing and he's quick enough to do that, but he can also play front row the way he can run the ball out. He can play a middle forward. He can play him anywhere. Look at that versatility.
Oh, gee, the service from dummy half wasn't where it needed to be. I thought they might have thought about an early kick there, but Ipswich had to take the carry. Now, the last. And they elect to run it, and why not? Here they go. They've got the overlap, and here goes Anton Nayep. And a quick thinking kick from him. And Puru is now away. Little dummy past Nayep, past another one. Puru, another dummy, still going.
One dummy too many. Had a chance to put Karma away.
Peckham Harris with a wonderful tackle to save the day for Ipswich, but it's all Palm Beach Currumbin in the second half.
Settle when I don't think you needed one. See if they can still capitalise. Chance on the outside.
That was Brady Turner, and now Stevenson! Inside the 10 metres. McConnell, Zane Harrison, Jet Jackson. In fact, it's the number 18 in Jalen Tawa.
Yeah, this will be handy. Another set of 6.
Against the skipper, Aya Lualu there, who's a little bit bewildered with the call.
They don't like taking 2 points, these guys. They had about 3 or 4 chances in the match.
Would have been a gift 2 points as well. Winding up here, Jet Jackson. Saunders, Puru, face ball to the winger, and Sonny Karma gives Palm Beach Currumbin their first lead of the Allalanga Trophy Grand Final.
They back themselves to score the try instead of taking the penalty. Great work there by young Puru. He's certainly got a big rap on him. He's already signed by the Titans. Only a young fellow. Came on off the bench, played at fullback, and beautiful. He was in total control of what was happening in front of him. A couple of dummies, which just stood the defence up a bit, and then he looked for who was his best support play. He had Plogsma to consider, which was his right centre, but instead popped it straight to Karma. And there was enough space there for Karma then to step back on the inside and find a big yawning gap as he crossed the try line, closing out as it was. But that's a good effort by Palm Beach. They have put on their back-to-back tries. They were down 6-0 at half time, so in 9 minutes they put on 2 tries. And every point's going to count, I would think, in this match. They played some cliffhangers, these two sides. None the least last year's Langer Trophy and this year's round game they played. Very important kick here for Zane Harrison.
Important kick indeed. They backed themselves, took the tap. Karma gives them the lead. And Harrison looking to add to that lead. It looks okay. It just stays right. So 10 points to 6. 10 minutes gone in this second half. And Palm Beach Currumbin have put on a point a minute. And Ipswich State High School would be asking themselves, what's gone wrong? Well, firstly, David, they haven't had a lot of possession.
Yeah, and that's the key, I think. Palm Beach Currumbin, both sides are very dangerous with the ball, and they haven't had a lot in the last 9 minutes. These things will ebb and flow. They also conceded that penalty right in front to give them another chance at them. So, as I recall, they also conceded a penalty down here earlier when they were running it out after a try was scored. Give them nothing, and then you cause them to earn the rest.
To the 30 on play number 2, that man again, Puru. Palm Beach Currumbin. The blue headband from Jalen Taylor. And they've found their mojo again, Palm Beach Currumbin. Jet Jackson over halfway. Finnegan. Last tackle. Only 35 metres out. Taylor. Onto the 5'8" and Bailey McConnell, who goes high again. Backtracking is Sandow. They'll allow to bounce. Trouble here. Stevenson was there for Palm Beach Currumbin.
He's knocked it. They put it dead. Ipswich have put it dead. So this is going to be a goal line dropout. Stevenson, a good chase on it. Towering kick. And I thought Sandow probably did the right thing by not trying to catch that, but he was hoping for a forward bounce. Instead, he got an awkward one. And this is now another chance for Palm Beach Currumbin. Back-to-back tries. If you do 3 on the trot, you make it very hard in a very tight final.
Well, they just can't get their hands on the ball, Ipswich, at the moment. There's Jack Lang over the top, their enforcer. Maybe turn up for Palm Beach Currumbin. There's Puru lurking again. Jet Jackson. 10 points to 6. 30-minute halves. Langer Trophy Grand Final. Palm Beach Currumbin looking for redemption today. Finnegan back on the inside to Tawa. Skips out of the tackle attempt and play the ball. That was Kane's self. And play the ball before the dummy half was ready. Fortunately for Palm Beach Currumbin, Zane Harrison ends up with it. Now Saunders is there. They come back to McConnell again. They go to that side. And taken there by Donovan. Little kick for himself. Batted back in Greg Inglis style. Saunders claiming the try.
The referee's going to go back to a penalty to Palm Beach Currumbin for holding back an obstruction.
Well, one thing they have done, David, right, is they've learnt to kick away from Anton Naep's wing.
Yeah, I think that was lesson number 1, 2 and 3 that they had to get from the first half. They've also been far more positive. They've had a lot of possession. But they've made, and there's 10 in the bin. There's a tripping action. Although I think the Ipswich lad, Luola, was just asking what that was for. The second kicking action by Palm Beach Currumbin went dead, but it didn't matter because the first infringement.
So it is all of a sudden 13 on 12. And things just going from bad to worse for Ipswich State High School. Finnegan again linking up on the inside. Tawa this time. Saunders quick to get there. Puru. No, they go to Finnegan via the halfback. Spinning around. Jack Finnegan.
Referee.
Zane Harrison, referee having a look at it.
Checking with his touch judge. Just short.
Told to play the ball, Finnegan. Got the man advantage, Palm Beach Currumbin. All the way back, Harrison, McConnell, Stevenson. Crucial tackle there from LJ Nonu to bring Stevenson to ground. They look to score for all money, Palm Beach Currumbin. Now they're kicking behind. Can they hang on? Well, Sandow was there. And oh boy, what a big penalty that is for Ipswich to save the day. They needed that, David Wright.
In front of the kicker, which has cost them dearly. But I'll tell you what else cost them dearly. Stevenson backed himself to break that last tackle on the left-hand side. He had unmarked support out on his left, which I think was Donovan. He can run 100 in about 10 seconds, so he would have comfortably got in. Beautiful tackle to bring Stevenson down. It's kept the game alive. The interesting thing here, Drury, is Palm Beach Currumbin, as I recall, in last year's Langer Trophy, they led by 4 points well into the match, just as it is now, and Ipswich came home through Peckham Harris with a try to win, ultimately 16-12. So there's history potential for repeating it as Ipswich cart the ball up the first time in the second half. They've had a bit of a chance to put a bit of pressure back on Palm Beach Currumbin.
They certainly have, and they'll be looking to eat up some clock at any given opportunity, but not that way. That was out on the full, my goodness.
Yeah, that's one way to release pressure.
Coach Josh Brethren will be pulling his hair out at the moment.
Well, that's massive turning points. That's when you're looking to keep the pressure back on Palm Beach Currumbin, but instead goes back to where the ball was kicked. They get 6 tackles from here. And again, they've been playing far more positively, taken the line on, picked up their metres on their early ruck plays. They're going to go wide early on this one. Donald's worked very hard too.
Hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been a good left edge forward for them. Here they go again, going straight forward.
And support there was Brady Turner. Doesn't utilise him there, Saunders. Oh boy, they're pressing. Puru with a dummy is through. Ray Puru, 11 out. They're on the rack here, Ipswich. Look at the space to this side. Little clever kick over the top. And, LJ Nonu, he did not think twice about batting that one out. It'll be another line dropout, David Wright. I would not be surprised to see them go short here. A man down. They just need the football in their hands at the moment, Ipswich.
They sure do. They haven't been inclined to go short, but it's likely to be a good tactic if they did. Of course, you've got to be set to recover it. Now he's going short and giving the opposition a closer chance at the try line.
Go long. It's a good kick, deep kick. 39 on the fly, fielded by Puru. Distributes to Jalen Tawa. Still a man advantage to Palm Beach Currumbin. Scored the last 2 tries, Palm Beach Currumbin. It's been the 2 wingers. Looking for 3 in a row. Look at Puru here on the short side. Saunders goes towards the middle. And a late pass to the halfback, the front rower to the halfback. It's usually the other way around. It was Turner to Zane Harrison.
It should have been.
Saunders goes himself. Saunders, can he get there?
Great defence.
Desperation defence from Ipswich State High School. Now Zane Harrison, will he have a go? Out to McConnell. Ipswich hanging on for dear life. Finnegan all the way out to Sonny Karma, who grabs his second, and Palm Beach Currumbin in control here at Totally Workwear Stadium.
See, I like the way they did that, Palm Beach Currumbin. We had Harrison going for the reverse play off a front row with a little halfback trying to score under the post. He couldn't make it. Then the dummy half, Saunders, had another go. He couldn't make it. But what happened in that time is McConnell, the number 6, normally plays on the left, floated around to the right-hand side. He became first receiver to pop the pass through the hands. And again, Plogsma out to Donovan. Beautiful work, well, I should say, to Karma. And beautiful work to put him in the corner. So well done there by Palm Beach Currumbin. They have transformed their game from the first half, Drury. I said in the first half I thought they'd been a little bit inconsistent. They hadn't been positive enough with their play. They got lost on a couple of occasions. Well, they've controlled possession extremely well. They've kept the pressure on, and they've got 3 tries in a row. No, it ain't over yet. We're in a big match here, and what are we looking at here? I'll get it out to 14-6 with that try. Can they make it 16-6, which would be a pretty handy lead when there'll be barely 10 minutes to go in the match. Ipswich are not out of it because if they get enough ball, if they dominate possession, they'll steamroll all right. But I've been really impressed with how well they've been organised in this second half to create opportunities on either side.
Here's Harrison from right on the sideline. Gives it a good strike, and he goes bang! Zane Harrison. 16 points to 6. They trailed 6-0 less than 20 minutes ago. They've scored 16 consecutive points, and they lead by 10 with 10 to play. Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yeah, 3 tries, 3 wingers. Put Donovan over in the left corner from that knockdown pass, and then Karma off Peru a little bit earlier with some very selective passing by Peru. And on that one, some really good play on the inside to make sure they got it to the corner again.
Here's a lock forward, Isaac Harrison. And a dancing run here from Peru. 20 metres. Did he lose that? No. And now over the advantage line. Isaac Harrison. Talk about a momentum swing. Brady Turner. And Saunders. Scoot himself. Wrapped up by his opposing number 9, Peckham Harrison. A strong tackle, one-on-one. And now Turner. Ball comes loose. So Ipswich finally have some ball. Dominic Sandow with it. And he's wrapped up by Isaac Harrison. Also there for Palm Beach Currumbin, Zane Harrison in the tackle.
They're going to make every post a winner now. They've got some players that can do exactly this, and that's bust tackles.
Yep. Isaiah Sewer, that was strong from him. Still time for Ipswich. They need this man, don't they? Anton Nayap to inject himself into the game again.
Yeah, and he did most of his damage when he was out wide, so that's what he's got to do. See if he can get a bit of width in his play. It'd be very hard to stop again.
Oliver Ayalawalu with a late offload to Dominique Sandow. We haven't seen a try scored up this end. Kane Self, 21 metres out, centre of the park. Ticker now. On here to Fa'aonga. Fa'aonga, I should say it's Fa'aonga. He's tackled 16 out. Shea Fa'aonga. Now it comes back to Ticker now. And the kick from Isaiah Murphy. A little bit too much on that. Easily taken. Will be a 7-tackle set for Palm Beach Currumbin.
Yeah, very comfortable, and that just gives them the driver's seat for a bit longer. You cannot afford to put those kicks on the full into the in-goal area. 7-tackle set, they just waltz it up the field. They've done this very well in the second half. They've been transformed in and credit, I think, to Tim McCann. He's obviously really read the right act to Palm Beach Currumbin in the at half-time. They were somewhat indecisive on a number of occasions, I felt. But in this second half, it has been transformational in terms of how well they've taken it forward. Ipswich haven't responded with some rushing defence. Here they go again.
Here they go again. Strong shot from both Murphy and Peckham Harris. Cannot concede another try, Ipswich, under any circumstances. McConnell and Dominic Sandow has to play at it.
Well done by McConnell. I mentioned at the start of the game the two halves are very good players. One of they're both very good on either side of the ruck. McConnell's played left primarily and Harrison right, but they're both good kickers as well.
Well, David, surely they have to go short here, Ipswich. What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, you need the ball with only minutes up to full time, and it's a grand final. There's no more tomorrows, so short kick would work. There it is.
And they've got the result. Double knock on, it'll come the way of Ipswich, loose head and feet.
Good call.
And they should be back to 13 on 13 soon enough too, David, right?
Yeah, well, that'll help. But the key now is to get Nayap into a bit of space and a few others. They've got some good ball runners in their side. Make no mistake, they can put 3 tries on pretty quickly, Ipswich. But at least they've got possession. They haven't had a lot of that in the second half. And Palm Beach Currumbin, when they've had it, they've been very, very well organised.
Well, it's now or never. Strong fed by Ticker now. And again, that man, Isaiah Sewer. Like to see Shea Fa'aonga involved as well. He's the number 11 who's looked good with it. Here's Nayab, their game breaker. Looking to defend their title. And that was an excellent run. Where was the offload? David Liotta. Quick play the ball though. Peckham Harris is away. Dominic Sandow chiming in. Support on his outside. Goes himself. This is better from Ipswich State High School. Crowd starting to come back into this game. Peckham Harris to Ticker now. Little kick over the top. He was under pressure. Can they get a repeat set? They will. No! Oh, what about the play there from Sonny Karma? And now Karma's away. He's on a hat-trick, let's not forget.
Well
Sonny
done.
Karma turns a line dropout into 29 metres, 30 metres.
Here's Peru again.
Peru. The Otter trying to knock the ball loose. Well, talk about sliding doors moment. They were looking at a line dropout, and now they're on the rack again, Ipswich, trying to stay in the game.
It was really well done by Karma too, because when he went back into the in-goal area, he didn't dive on that loose ball. He scooped it up and was actually in a seated position, which meant he didn't ground the ball, and this is why they're back down this end of the park now.
Yeah, big play by him, Brady Turner. Inside the final 5 minutes, Palm Beach Currumbin 16, leading Ipswich, the defending champs 6. Donald back on the inside, there's the error. Is that a good game? Balin Donald, a little bit of a hospital pass there. And the knock on. And we should see now Ipswich go back to 13. So 13 on 13 for the last few minutes. They've got to come up with 2 tries, Ipswich State High School.
Well, there's the flip side as well. I think Palm Beach Currumbin had a guy in the sin bin in the final last year when these two sides played in the Langer Trophy final. So they're sharing it around year on year. At this stage, Palm Beach Currumbin with 4 minutes up to full time. They're going to make it, well, I don't think they can get beat from here. And their second half has been top shelf.
And that was Sandow. Now jumper number 17 for Ipswich State High School, Caleb Johnson. Peckham Harris, Murphy on the 12 there. Ayalualu, and here's some early ball. Puts on a move, LJ Nonu. Oh, brilliant work. Can he make it 3 in a row? Oh, he's so close, LJ Nonu. But he set up his team. They are back in business. And the skipper, Oliver Ayalualu. Huge moment in the match. LJ Nonu, take a bow, son.
What a great run. Got put on the outside, got into a beautiful stride, brushed off first of all a defender, but then one of the tackles of the match, tackle of the season, I think it was McConnell who brought him down, but the quick play the ball still brought them undone. And was it Ayalualu that scored the try? Well, what a great fight back by Ipswich. Just shows if they've got a bit of ball and prepared to spread it. They've used Nyap up the middle on a number of occasions to get themselves out of trouble. And then finally, some width. We've had 5 tries now scored, all of them on the edges. And that's a great comeback by Ipswich with still 3 minutes to go. And he's kicked it.
He's got it. What a conversion. 16 points to 12 with less than 3 to play. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have a grandstand finish. A rematch, of course, from last year when Ipswich took the title, their first ever. Palm Beach Currumbin looking to claim #1 status again. And the captain stands tall. Ayalualu off the back of some brilliance from LJ Nonu. And we've got a 4-point ball game with just over 2 minutes remaining.
The scoreline, the final scoreline last year was 16-12 in favour of Ipswich. So at this point, Palm Beach Currumbin had the upper hand. They also led by 4 until late in the game last time. Can Ipswich, can they do the impossible? Well, it's not impossible. It's quite possible the way they can put their individual ball runners together. They're very impressive.
And got a real spring in their step now too, Ipswich State High School. Tackle 2 already up to the 30, bouncing away here is Self. Offload away as well. What a role this man played in that last try. LJ Nonu, spectacular effort. That's one to show the grandkids. Ipswich, Sandow, linking up there with Sewer. Comes back in field, still going Sewer as he straightens. Can he get past Saunders and Finnegan? He can't, but the damage was done. Peckham Harris towards the centre of the park. Liotta tries to get away from Donald and also McConnell. Can't do so, but again, great run. 19 metres away. Ipswich, Murphy through the hands. And Tickenau it was. On to Sewer. Nayep. Still going Nayep. And that was the last, only 3 metres away. Time continues to tick down for Ipswich State High School. But they're up at the right end of the park.
And they're going to get the footy as well. The referee's called timeout. I'm not sure whether that clock will stop, even though he signals the trainer in there to assist. But finally they bring Nayep down. He had a great chance then, Nayep, to perhaps bust a couple more tackles. But the Palm Beach Currumbin boys desperately got back. There were 3 of them left on the pitch after he burst or tried to burst through the tacklers. And one of them still on the deck. The clock has stopped. And I think in such an important, normally there's no time off, but in such an important part of this game, one of the trainers is endeavouring to drag and lift the injured player off. And that will allow play to then continue. 30 seconds. That means put the ball in both arms and do not invite the collision. Do not invite the big tackling collision, and don't get driven back in your own in goal either.
They'll be looking for a one-on-one strip, Ipswich.
That's where you've got to go in with 2 hands and just go low, drop to ground. You can 30 seconds.
He's going to stay on the field. Here's Sonny Karma. He scored a double, so here we go.
That's it.
And he did exactly what you asked the player there.
Want to be careful though of a voluntary tackle. The referee can penalise it if you just dive to ground without trying to get up. And there was some case for that actually.
It was Puru and Peckham Harris with both the tackles. So Ipswich is going in with a single defender. Time continues to tick down.
Ooh, that could be another diving to the ground. You've got to then keep trying to move forward.
There's Will Saunders. Only seconds remaining. Liotta over the top.
They've got it.
They've got it, Ipswich. So final play of the game, it's play on, and they got numbers to the right. The skipper, Ayalualu, little kick over the top. Ipswich, it's gone backwards. Palm Beach Currumbin through Stevenson. They'll take it over the touchline. A dramatic victory for Palm Beach Currumbin as they get redemption from 2022 in the rematch, and they win it in 2023, 16 points to 12. Palm Beach Currumbin, 2023 Allalanger Trophy champions.
What a game of footy. Great effort here by Palm Beach Currumbin. They reversed the scoreline from last year. 16-12 was the identical scoreline, but in reverse. They were playing with fire the way they were running out of dummy half and diving to the ground. The referee tolerated that, but then there was a stripped ball, and Ipswich, one last roll of the dice, went out onto that far side. The kick by Ayalualu couldn't be caught on the full. What a game of football. Interesting first half, 6-0 at half time. Nayep was the destroyer, the number 5 for Ipswich in the first half, in everything he did, including the try he scored. But then Palm Beach Currumbin came out a new side in the second half. They were very tidy, very direct in what they did. I thought the 2 halves created a lot, but it was the wingers that put points on the board. Donovan and then Tuta Karma got out to a handy and commanding lead of 16 points to 6.